Today we are going to talk about morality and business. We will explore this topic in following heads: morality, Heinz dilemma, Kohlberg's stages of moral development, and Walton's model of business conduct. So from the earlier videos, you would recall that morality is the yardstick of ethics, and it is the subject matter that ethics investigates through process of moral reasoning. So moral standards include those norms that we believe are morally right or wrong, as well as the values we place on subject matters that are morally good or bad. So if we look at morality and the business dilemma, we have the very famous Heinz dilemma that was there. So just to give you an overview of what it was, Heinz's wife was dying from a particular type of cancer. Doctor said a new drug might save her. The drug had been discovered by a local chemist, and Heinz tried desperately to buy some. But the chemist was charging 10 times the money it cost to make the drug, and this was much more than Heinz could afford. Heinz could only raise half the money, even after help from family and friends. He explained to the chemist that his wife was dying and asked if he could have the drug cheaper or pay the rest of the money later. The chemist refused, saying he had discovered the drug and was going to make money from it. The husband was desperate to save his wife, so later that night he broke into the chemist's and stole the drug. Now, the questions that followed were, should Heinz have stolen the drug? Or would it change anything if Heinz did not love his wife? Third, what if the person dying was a stranger? Would it make any difference? So, fourth question was, should the police arrest the chemist for murder if the woman died? So these were the four questions that Kohlberg posed at the end of this Heinz dilemma and asked the various respondents about their responses. And on the basis of the responses that he got, he identified the stages of moral development into 3 levels. Level 1, pre-conventional morality, wherein we are saying most 9-year-olds and younger, some over 9, are the ones who fall in this, and we don't have a personal code of morality. Instead, our moral code is shaped by the standards of adults and the consequences of following or breaking their rules. So authority is outside the individual, and reasoning is based on the physical consequences of actions. This level 1 was further divided into 2 stages, wherein stage 1 talked about obedience and punishment orientation. The child/individual is good in order to avoid being punished. If a person is punished, they must have done wrong. And stage 2, individualism and exchange. At this stage, by the time the child is interacting with various individuals, they recognize that there is not just one right view that is handed down by the authorities. Different individuals have different viewpoints. So that is the individualism and the exchange stage. So that was the level 1 or the pre-conventional morality stage. Then at level 2, he said that it was the conventional morality stage. At this stage, which includes most adolescents and adults, we begin to internalize the moral standards of valued adult role models. Authority is internalized but not questioned, and reasoning is based on the norms of the group to which the person belongs. This level 2 of conventional morality is divided into 2 stages. And because it comes after the 2 stages of the pre-conventional morality, it's called as stage 3 and stage 4. The stage 3, which is the first stage of conventional morality, talks about good interpersonal relationships. The child/individual, in order to be seen as being a good person by others, would behave in this manner. And therefore, answers relate to the approval of others. And the second here, that is stage 4, is maintaining the social order. The child/individual becomes aware of the wider rules of the society. So judgments concern obeying the rules in order to uphold the law and to avoid guilt. Then comes the third stage, that is the post-conventional morality. And here, individual judgment is based on self-chosen principles. and moral reasoning is based on individual rights and justice. According to Kohlberg, this level of moral reasoning is as far as most people get. And further, it is divided into two stages that we will talk about just now. He says that only 10 to 15% are capable of this kind of abstract thinking necessary for stage 5 or 6, that is the post-conventional morality stages. That is to say that most people take their moral views from those around them, and only a minority think through ethical principles for themselves. So the stage 5 here is the social contract and the individual rights. The child/individual becomes aware that while rules or laws must exist for the good of the greatest number, there are times when they will work against the interest of a particular individual. So that's the social contract. The issues are not always clear-cut. For example, in Heinz dilemma, the protection of life is more important than breaking the law against stealing. The stage 6 here talks about the universal principles. People at this stage have developed their own set of moral guidelines which may or may not fit the law. And these principles apply to everyone. For example, human rights, justice, equality. The person will be prepared to act to defend these principles, even if it means going against the rest of the society in the process and having to pay the consequences of disapproval and or imprisonment. Kohlberg said that very few people reach this stage. So these were the three stages of the three levels of moral development as per Kohlberg, divided into the 6 stages. Another model of business conduct was given by Walton, and he classified the model into 6 models. The first here is the austere model. According to this model, it gives almost exclusive emphasis on ownership interest and profit objectives. Such a business is always cost conscious in every activity, and there is a conservative outlook. So you're showing austerity in each and every decision that you are making. Second comes the household model. Following the concept of extended family, the firm adopting this model employs a paternalistic approach with its employees. It is analogous to a family or household wherein the genuine needs of the family members are provided for. The third is the vendor model. In this model, consumers' interests, tastes, and rights dominate the organization, because we are looking at them as we are a vendor, and so the consumer satisfaction here is of supreme importance. The fourth stage of Walton's model talks about the investment model. This model focuses on the organization as an entity and thus on long-term profits and survival. In the name of enlightened self-interest, it gives some recognition to social investments along with economic ones. The fifth is the civic model. Its slogan is corporate citizenship. It goes beyond the imposed obligations, accepts social responsibility, and makes a positive commitment to social needs. And the sixth, the creative model, encourages the organization to be a creative instrument serving the cause of an advanced civilization with a better quality of life. Employees in such organizations behave and perform as artists, building their own creative ideas into actions, resulting in new contributions not originally contemplated. So these 6 models may be thought of as points in a continuum, from low to high social responsibility. As a result, employees become proud of the company's performance and develop a sense of belonging and creativity. So regardless of the model adopted by an organization, one of the most important jobs is to establish and blend its values together so that it becomes a consistent, effective system that is known and accepted by the primary claimant groups, who are the investors, the employees, the customers, society, and the government. So the system must be strong enough to withstand changes by partisan pressure groups, but flexible enough to move with the changing society. So Today we talked about morality with the help of Heinz dilemma. I told you how Kohlberg identified the three stages of moral development, and then we talked about the Walton's model of business conduct. Thank you.